All right, well, I guess it's time for a tour of my Mesa land since I sold it today, and this is kind of my last chance to take a look at it. So, here's the mountains. It's a beautiful place, it really is. And I'm gonna miss it, for sure. This is where we're at. It's 1.6 acres, I believe. It's got fence posts around it to kind of mark where it is. And it was surveyed, which is rare on the Mesa. But, you know, I just, life keeps moving on, you know, and I think it's time for me to let this go. No matter how good it felt to be out here at one time, no matter how good it feels right now to be out here, I think maybe, you know, it's just not meant for me to be here. So here's my first driveway. We're just gonna walk in. There's a few potholes in the driveway that need to be addressed at some point. Fill them back in with dirt or something, or gravel. There's the porta potty I used to use as my shower. Good windstorm knocked it over. And yeah, I think if I recall correctly, I just ran over this driveway with the Jeep a lot, and I pulled some of the really tough sagebrush out with a winch, but it was mostly just running over it with the Jeep. I'm gonna try not to show my license plate on my truck here, just cause, I don't know, I like to be private when it comes to those types of things. But here's the truck, and it's really beautiful out here today. Really beautiful day. Here's the RV. It definitely needs some work still, but as far as I know, it doesn't leak, and made it over here in one piece. So I guess we'll go in there real quick. At one point I had solar hooked up in here. I have slept in here, and I've worked from home in here. It's a little muddy in here. It needs to get cleaned up for sure, but I feel like I need to do that. The loft area has been somewhat repaired. Probably could still use a little TLC, but it's in better shape than it was when I got it. This is a nice solid piece of wood, and I've slept on it, and it's been great. I'm gonna leave some wood here for him to burn, the new owner. This fridge works. The stove works. The plumbing doesn't really work. It exists, and I have some bits and pieces back there to fix it up, but it doesn't currently work. All the electrical stuff works if it's hooked up to solar. I think this part works, but because of the leak in this plumbing, you can't use it. And I was thinking if I was going to live in here, I was just going to take that toilet out and put a composting toilet in there. I mean, I think by the time I was about to move out of here, I was thinking, you know, I'll just buy like a shed or build a shed out here, but plans changed. Got some extra wood in here for patching things up. More or less repaired and shored up the ceiling there. It was a little rotten, and so I replaced the rotten parts, patched the leak, and made sure it didn't leak after that, and it seems good. I spray painted some kills there because it was just too difficult to you know, replace that board. It's not rotten, so this part might not be in the greatest condition, but it's holding up. And this paneling, I think I've got some extra paneling in here as well. But this was going to be the office. Take a look at the view here. I mean, look at that. I miss this place, man. Kind of regret selling it, but you know, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do in life. Look at that. So. Doesn't run, doesn't have a title. I have the keys to it, but other than that, I'm going to send the keys out to the guy today. The view out of the loft area, you get a nice view of Two Peaks. I recognized that I placed this RV a little bit cockeyed, but you know, it's not a big deal. Can always be corrected for. What's in here? All right. Well, that's that. Let's go outside and continue walking the place. Definitely feeling pretty sad. Here's a motion detecting solar light. I don't think it wants to turn on. Oh, there we go. It only turns on fully when it senses motion and when it's dark. So, what it does is it'll go kind of dark, or it'll go like dim, and then it'll light up really bright when somebody passes by it. So it's a pretty good little thing to have, you know, it deters theft. As far as I know, I could never get this to work, so that was my alternate porch light. It worked really well. Even despite facing in an odd direction for the sun, still works pretty well. It's got a little front porch to it, just a little something, you know, pallets sitting on the ground to keep you up out of the mud when things get really muddy. So we're continuing down the driveway now. I'm going to take the little fence area with me. That's not part of the deal, because I can use that for Rusty in the new place. Or for my chickens or my goat. Goat probably wouldn't stay in there, but here's the driveway. Again, there's another view of Three Peaks. Do another panorama, because man, it's beautiful here. Continue on. And one of my survey markers is that corner right there. In fact, you could probably see it over here. And as far as I can tell, the T-posts are a little bit in from the corners, which is probably, or inset, you know, which is probably not a bad thing. You know, it's better to be safe than sorry in that sense. Unless, you know, until you get it surveyed and staked for fencing, you know, where it's really, where you know exactly where every point is, it's probably good to be a little bit in from the corners. There's our survey marker. The common survey marker, a rebar chunk there. Rusty! 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 Come on. He's already wandered off over there. That used to be my home as well over there. I've lived all over this neighborhood at this point, but it's a good place, man. We'll take care of each other out here, and it's beautiful. I'm not against coming back later, but I gotta do some stuff in my life. Things I need to accomplish, or feel like I need to accomplish. You know, I kind of miss having trees, to be honest. You know, and people say, oh, grow some trees. Well, the only trees that grow fast out here are invasives, and I don't like that. So, you know, you got to be in it for the long game if you're going to live out here. So, good place to retire to, probably. Here's the other end of the driveway. So you can see, it's a pretty big spot. I mean, it doesn't seem like it because it's, you know, out on the mesa here, but that's one corner post right there. And then I believe the other corner post is, you can't even quite see it from here, but it's not this one, not this one, not this one, but the next one. So do a quick walk around. I gotta do this as much as I can, you know, because I'm gonna miss it. There's a nice bit of ice. One thing I was thinking about for a really long time is it would make sense to divert some of this into some kind of a catchment pond or something, because the road just erodes on the edges, so why not use that water, you know, instead of just letting it rush down the hill and go to waste and evaporate. Acre is a pretty big amount of space, actually. Again, it doesn't seem like it because it's somewhat flat, but I don't know, it's a little bit hilly. It's just not super hilly. But yeah, this is the place on the mesa. It's almost like saying goodbye to an old friend, you know? Like, I don't want to say goodbye, but it's time. The time has come. So, thanks for watching. I appreciate every one of you that stuck around and watched this all the way through, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope you go out and do something that you want to do today. Makes you feel good. But with that, I think I'm going to end this video. We'll take a look at each of these mountain views real quick again. I think that's it. So have a good rest of your day, everyone, or night. Take care. Mahalo for watching, etc., etc. And I'll see you in the next video.